what's up? You're listening to PopTok with Farah. I'm your host, Farah. I'm so excited to introduce this new segment where I'll be chatting with some guest speakers. Just a little backstory. This all originally started as a school project at Humber College in Toronto, and then I thought to myself, why not turn this into an actual series? If you're like me, you'd want to know more about those that inspire you, or that you admire, or someone new who's up and coming. So I just want to let you know that some of the following conversations will be backdated, as we spoke a while back, so please bear with me. Now, to introduce my first guest on the show. She's someone we might all know from TikTok. Originally, when I interviewed this wonderful human being, she was just at 14 million. In less than 2 months, she's already reached over 20 million followers. You know her as the one who uses tiny hands for her skits, her series What I Imagine It's Like Having a Toddler, and also for her facial expressions. Canada's very own KallMeKris. So first off, I want to congratulate you again for getting 14 million followers on TikTok.
Oh, thank you.
What's going through your mind when you think about it?
It's honestly, it is so hard to even comprehend. Like, it's hard to think of 14 million people, let alone like 100 people. So I'm still a little bit in shock. Like every single milestone, I'm still in awe of this whole experience. So I haven't gotten used to it yet.
How did this journey start to start creating content on TikTok?
Well, actually, it started for me in April during the pandemic. I had to quit my job because of COVID. And then I downloaded TikTok, and then I thought it'd be fun to pass the time making videos. So I was never planning on becoming quote unquote TikTok famous, but it just kind of happened.
How long does it take you to create this content?
It does depend. Some of my videos take like a couple hours because of different characters and different environments. And then I sometimes do voiceovers and all that kind of stuff. But most of the time, they don't take more than like, I'd say 20 minutes or something. But I'm usually making like multiple videos in the day to post for later in the week. So I'm always trying to stay on top of it.
I'm really curious to know, how many videos would you say you have in your draft as of right now?
Oh my gosh, as of right now? Oh my gosh, probably at least like 60 or 70, and probably not even like, I'd say a quarter of them would be like postable material for me, but I just make like random TikToks all the time that I'll probably never post.
Wow, that's a lot. How do you come up with all this content?
I get it mostly just from life experiences, like growing up with my family. I grew up with like a crazy family and all that kind of stuff. And then I always, as a kid, had different characters that I always played for my family and for entertaining and stuff. So those kind of just, I was like, oh, I can just use those in my skits now. And so it's just kind of gone from there. And then people, like even my followers, give me suggestions for characters and everything like that. So I just play off of that, and then it just kind of spirals.
That's awesome. And you've got so many characters. Can you please tell me more about them?
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously, the first character I ever did was just like my regular mom, which is just normal, regular mom. And then I started to play around with my Boston mom and my toddler character, because I found that a lot of younger families were following me and they liked that kind of content. So I played with that, but I also like to do accents a lot. So I was like, okay, I'm just going to make like a few different mom characters with different accents, and then they're going to have kids. And then I threw Chad into the mix, and I have so many other ideas for like other characters now too. And I just love that people like have fallen in love with some of my characters, and they get excited when I bring new characters in and stuff. So yeah.
Well, just so you know, like, I do love your content.
Thanks.
That sounds very professional to say right now, but I do love your content. Just wanted to put that.
No, that's so sweet. Thank you.
Who would you say is your favorite character?
I'd probably say, I mean, I think everybody's favorite character is like my OG toddler character, but I think Janet, my Boston mom, is like my favorite to do, because she's just like so miserable and just like doesn't give a crap about anything. And I feel like we all have a little bit of her inside of us. So I think she's my favorite to play.
Also, you mentioned that like the original mom, how relatable is your mom compared to your real mom?
Is like Janet to my actual mom, or like my actual mom character, my actual mom?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. 100%. 100%. If anything, I like play it down a little bit. Like my mom, like I don't have to make up any stories or any content for when I do my mom, because they're all based off of like very true stories.
I'm going to assume your family does watch your content, especially your mom.
Yes.
What does she think about the character?
She actually doesn't mind, because she can't even say anything because it's all true. She's not like, oh, you're making up stuff about me. It's like, no, that's very true. So she's one of my biggest fans. So I'm very lucky to be supported by my parents.
We gotta love our moms.
Yeah, gotta love them. Gotta love them.
I wanted to also ask you, how did you come up with the name KallMeKris?
Oh my gosh, this is going to be so lame. I literally was just in bed, downloaded TikTok, and just needed a username. And I don't know why. I have no idea why. I've never heard it anywhere or anything like that. I just, as a kid, my full name is Christina, and not many people know that. But I always wanted my name to be Kris, and everybody always called me Kris. So I told everybody to always call me Kris. And then I was like, I'm just going to use that as my username and just make sure people call me Kris. And then I just put a K in front just for fun.
Well, now people do know you as KallMeKris.
Yeah, exactly.
How did the idea with the tiny hands come up?
That's another 2 a.m., 3 a.m. story. I think it was in May when I started to use them. And it was literally just one night. I hadn't even seen them on TikTok yet, but I was scrolling through Amazon and they popped up and I was like, oh, those would be really funny in a skit. And I'd been wanting to do a toddler character. So I was like, this could be funny for my toddler character. So I ordered them and then started doing them. And then people were obsessed with them. And now they're a thing on TikTok, which is hilarious.
What is the weirdest comment you've gotten on TikTok of all time? The weirdest one that you've seen that just stood out there?
Oh man. Well, not appropriate ones that I could probably say on here. People just saying the weirdest things about either my body or just something like that, just inappropriate. I think I responded to one way back in the day before I even hit 1 million. And it was just something weird. I would really love it if you took a drink of water and just filmed your neck. And I was like, what? That is so gross. No, I didn't do it, but I just made fun of it. But yeah, people are so weird sometimes, but mostly positive. Mostly it's all positive.
That's a good thing that they're positive. With social media, there's a positive side and the negative side. How do you tackle with any negative comments that come your way?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, obviously there's always going to be negative comments, especially the more you grow, the more people that just want to troll you and everything. But in the beginning, it was a little bit difficult because I was just making videos for fun. And then some people were just hating on me just to hate on me, mostly just because I'm a woman and they're just like, oh, women aren't funny. And that was usually the worst of it. But I don't know, now it's really easy to just brush them off because I feel like all the positive outweighs the negative. So I have to really focus on posting stuff that I like. And if I like it, then that's great. And I don't need to focus on all the negative stuff because I don't care. You can't care about what those people think. Half the time they just want to troll you and get a response, right? So better just not to respond.
Yeah, that's true. I remember when I used to watch your videos, especially when you get the mail, you would always have a Red Bull. Have you been sponsored by Red Bull yet?
Yeah, so I've been in contact with Red Bull for quite a while now, just because they saw my videos and they thought it was really funny and everything. Technically, Red Bull can only sponsor professional athletes. So I'm somewhat of an affiliate with Red Bull. So I have things planned with Red Bull and all that kind of stuff, which is cool. But technically, I can't get sponsored unless I'm an Olympian or something.
You could create a character who is an Olympian.
This is true. This is very true. I will run that past them.
Probably work. We could always find a loophole.
Yes, I love that.
So what would you tell your younger self, seeing as how much you've grown today and your younger self, what would you say to her?
Yeah, I mean, I never thought that this kind of thing would be possible. I was always one of those kids that wanted to be a comedian or something like that. But I was kind of raised knowing that that wasn't really possible. So I would love to tell myself that to just go for it and just put myself out there, and the world is your oyster and anything can happen. Truly anything can happen nowadays because anybody can pick up a phone and make content, and it's awesome. So yeah, that's probably what I would say.
Aside from TikTok, you mentioned you still work. Do you still work at the moment too, or is that on pause because of the pandemic?
I started back up with work back in June, I think. I have been working ever since. In the new year, I plan on just doing my content. So I've been, for the past however many months, 7 months, I've been juggling, doing all of this, YouTube and TikTok and Instagram, all that kind of stuff, and doing my actual job, which is hairdressing and lash technician. But yeah, I'm hoping to just quit all of that and just do my creator stuff.
Up until now, though, how have you been able to balance it, work, life?
Yeah, honestly, I am the worst at that. I am a workaholic. So I'm working 6-7 days a week most of the time. But I make sure that I always have at least one day to just turn off my phone, not even look at it, and not do my regular job. And the days I do my regular job, I'm not doing my TikTok job. So it's just like, that's the only way I've been able to balance it. But I've found now that it's all too much. So I need to let one go. And I've just kept that job purely for, I just love my clients and I built up my own business. So I didn't want to let it go. But now it's just, I need that balance. So I need to quit that job.
How did they feel about knowing like they're going to hairstylist, especially after being verified and having 14 million followers on TikTok?
Yeah, they knew me before anything happened, right? So they just are like in shock, just like I am. They're like, what the hell? But now it's funny because now they just like brag to their friends like, oh no, you can't go to her. But like, I know KallMeKris and all this stuff. And like, all their kids know me now because they watch me on TikTok. So I'll send them videos and all that kind of stuff. So it's pretty funny. They still treat me completely the same, which I would hope for. But yeah, it's just as bizarre for them as it is for me.
You introduced a new character, the nosy neighbor. Have you experienced anything of your neighbors saying anything to you? Yeah,
so pretty recently, I've seen them. They have seen me 100% making TikToks on multiple occasions. But there was one time and in that video, I said I was on the roof. And one of my neighbors actually caught me like sprinting on my roof for a video. I did like a Twilight video or something and I was on the roof. And he was just like, what the hell are you doing? Like he screamed at me from across the street. And I'm just like, I'm just filming, like, don't even worry about it. And he didn't realize it was TikTok or anything like that. But then one of my neighbors figured out that I was on TikTok because they recognized like my hedges in the background and they saw me playing as a dog character. So I was like mortified because he came up and he was like, are you on TikTok? Like, are you pretending to be your dog in your backyard? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, it's pretty funny. It's kind of weird, but it's funny. And I'm like, thanks. But all my other neighbors don't know. It's just that one guy that knows. So they all think I'm crazy. That's what my character was based off. Have you experienced being shadow banned as a Canadian content creator? No, I haven't. And I've heard rumors all over the place because I have lots of friends in the States with TikTok and they're bigger creators that are verified as well and everything. And I do know a few people that work in TikTok, and it's not that there's no such thing as a shadow ban, but it's just like, it's all algorithm based. And it really sucks because sometimes you just get stuck with like a bug in your account. They're just not sharing your videos, which just sucks. But there's not really anything you can do besides keep posting and hope you get out of it. I've had a couple weeks where like my views were kind of all over the place and kind of down and stuff, but I feel like it might coincide with the Creator Fund a little bit. And since we don't have the Creator Fund up here, I haven't been affected by it, knock on wood. But yeah, I know. I wish there was more that you could do about it, but there really isn't.
So at the moment, Canada doesn't have the Creators Fund?
No. So like, I don't make any money from my posts. Unbranded posts, I make no money. Like only the States and I think the UK have the Creator Fund. So the only way I profit off of TikTok is if it's a brand deal or a song integration or people are donating or anything or something like that.
That makes sense. So before I end this call, where can our listeners reach out to see your content?
Yeah, so I'm KallMeKris on TikTok. It's KallMeKris. And then I'm also the same KallMeKris on YouTube. And then on Instagram, since somebody took my name, I am KallMeKris_4. And that's all the social media platforms I'm on as of right now.
Thank you so much for joining me. I really enjoyed our conversation and I hope the best. I'm wishing the best for you.
Oh, thank you so much. I had a nice conversation with you. Thank you so much for this.
If you want to check out Kris's content, you can find her on her social media platforms at KallMeKris on TikTok and KallMeKris_4 on Instagram. Make sure you subscribe to this podcast as we'll continue to have some amazing guests on the show. Also, if you haven't yet, check out the bio to follow PopTok with Farah on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Thank you for listening. Take care and stay safe, everyone.